Hey, good evening, everyone. How is everybody doing? I've been gone for a day. I missed y'all. I'm back though. How's everybody doing? Let's see. I see the Black Barbie. I see Miss Nelly. Miss Nelly was the first up in here. I see Joy Loves God. I see Mr. Parker. Mr. Parker, I ain't seen you in a long time. How you been? How's everybody doing? Hey, Miss Gina. Yeah, smash the like button for me. We got several um things to talk about today. I got on a little early because I got my dinner on. French onion chicken with macaroni and cheese. He says stay off the weed. Hey, Miss Muffin. Okay, she in the bushes at the gym where I need to be, Miss Muffin. Um, I'm here in the book. Okay. Oh yes, I got the y'all know I'm a YouTube queen when it comes to recipes, trying new recipes. I love onions, stuff like that. Ooh, I should have been put onions also in the chicken. I think I'm gonna have to do that because I love onions. Um, what's up, Meg name Ace? Um, yeah, we're gonna talk about Shannon Sharpe. Monique had warned Shannon Sharpe, and was he set up? Is ESPN going to let him go? Kanye West talks about into the cest, and we're going to talk about Gotti giving Glorilla 20 Chanel bags, and there's some things that's been going on around the Memphis area. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Um, yeah. Anyways, you guys, you all know that Shannon Sharpe has that's been filed against Shannon Sharpe. There's a lawsuit that has been filed against Shannon Sharpe. And Shannon Sharpe has been in the media quite a bit. When he went up, Cat Williams, that interview with Cat Williams took him way up. And we already know when people start going up, they definitely become a target. Now, Shannon Sharpe had played in the NFL for many years. And so, although NFL players do not make the money that NBA players make, they should. Every now and again, you'll get one that'll get a decent contract. It's still be in the millions. I think their job is way more dangerous. They have way more illnesses after they retire because of the tackles and all of that. They don't nearly make the money that NBA players make. Okay. Shannon Sharpe was able to he was definitely able to go on after he retired, work for ESPN, do other things, and then he got Club Shay Shay. Okay. A lot of people wondered why he would, um, you know, start a vlog and call it Club Shay Shay. Um, that's weird to me too. I think he said because his name is Shannon, but most men that has the name Shannon, they don't call themselves Shay Shay. They call themselves maybe Shane or Shan, Shannon, some. It ain't Shay Shay. Okay. So, a lot of people kind of wondered about that. And then his sexuality, which, I guess is nobody's business, has been the topic of conversation. Um, if I had to guess, I would say that Shannon was probably bisexual, more so on the gay side, okay? Just from his mannerism. Um, but Monique warns Shannon. I looked at that video. I looked at the show that he did with Monique, okay? And she warned him. She told him to sit his old ass down. Okay. Hold on one second, you guys. Um, we know when these allegations come out about these young men, about these men, okay? It absolutely ruins their career, whether it's true or not. Unfortunately, for people like Shannon, when you get allegations like that, it's really you're guilty until proven innocent. And so, because these networks don't want the negativity that comes with it, they will chop you because they don't want the lawsuits. Okay, so his job is probably up for grab, okay? But Monique had warned Shannon. Monique tried to warn Shannon Sharpe to stop dating younger women. Okay, Shannon has always been very open about he liked young women. Now they're saying that this lady, that even though he's in his 50s, this young lady was 19. Hey, to each his own. Why a 50-something-year-old old ass man, with what would he have in common with a 19, 20-year-old woman, other than maybe she's naive or whatever, and she looks at him as a sugar daddy, right? But it says comedian and actress Monique tried to warn Shannon Sharpe about dating much younger women at his mature age. A 20-year-old woman is suing Shannon for $50 million, accusing him of raping her multiple times. Attorney Tony Bugsby filed a lawsuit. Now, let me just stop you right there. Now, Tony Bugsby is the lawyer that has been filing lawsuits against all of the rappers. I think Tony Bugsby, after a while, he's going to ruin his own credibility. And after a while, since he's the one that's filing all, he's going to find anybody, anytime there's a lawsuit as it relates to a sexual nature that is filed against any of these celebrities, whether it's true or not, Tony Bugsby goes and find a damn Jane Doe. Now, after a while, Tony Bugsby, I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole because especially if you have been violated for real, because he's ruining his own reputation fast, trying to get a quick money grab. Okay. It says Tony Bugsby in Nevada, on behalf of his client, who is identified as Jane Doe in the paperwork. Doe claims she was only 19 when she met Shannon, who was 55 at the time. In a resurfaced video of Monique's appearance on Shannon's podcast, Club Shay Shay, Mo warned Shannon to stay away from younger women. Shannon tried to argue that the dating scene is different now, but Monique cut him off. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying, said Mo, 57, who is happily married to Sydney Hicks. What are you trying to say, Monique? Shannon answered. Shannon asked Monique. I'm looking right at you. I ain't backing down, Monique responded. You better take your old ass and get you somebody to love you. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches. You can't do it, Shannon. In a video statement on Tuesday, Shannon warned his fans that Tony Busby will release a 30-second edited sex tape that shows him with his accuser. Shannon urged Busby to release the entire 10-minute sex tape, which he claims happened during the day at Doe's invitation. He said his encounter with Gabby, also known as Carly, on OnlyFans now appears to be a deliberate setup. Shannon added that he plans to file a counter lawsuit against Gabby for extortion. Okay, here he is with Monique.
Oh, they talk to us. How this dating thing? Because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
But you trying to say what you trying to say? Mo,
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at your
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me
tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Dang. When they want you to go for the fourth round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks?
Yeah,
because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that fourth round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was going to be scared to yes, I'm talking. And I know an old gal, she'd be good to you. Her name is Elladora. Now, when you know somebody named Elladora, she's old school. Mm-hmm. Now, Miss Elladora told me to tell you. She said, I think he like red velvet.
Oh, I do.
I say, Miss Elladora, if he do like that, she said, you let him know I got something for him.
Yeah, I like
she don't have no teeth. Come on, pick your glass up and clack it for me. Come on now.
Okay, she tried to warn him. You heard when she said, you don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 30. He said, I do. You like a damn fool. I mean, so he said he needed that. So since he needed that, he gets what comes along with that, unfortunately. I hate they doing Shannon like that, though, because I like him. Hold on, you guys. Let's see what he's saying.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets Black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I wouldn't myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
Okay, you guys, listen. Now, she said, they say you like red velvet. He said, I do. She said, Shannon, you don't need a 26-year-old woman. You don't need 36-year-old woman. I do. I mean, he really screamed to the top of his damn lungs like Mud Dip. He said he needed it. He said he needed it. Now, I was trying to find the video where the young lady, he was talking to the young lady. She definitely set him up. She definitely set him up, okay? I don't think that he did anything that she didn't want, okay? Unfortunately, Shannon was too naive to know when he was being set up. Oh, Mr. Parker want to come up. Okay, he got some things he got to say about this. Hold on one second. Mr. Parker, you already know I'm going to have to drop it to you on social media because, I don't, these folks, it's some freaks on YouTube. They sick. Okay, so you know how we do it. Hold on. I have to send it to you on y'all know I don't be on. I have to send it to you on Facebook. Okay. I was trying to find when there my peeps go in the background. He talking about the dogs. So many men that they're I'm telling you. I wish Shannon just I'm looking for the video where the girl. Hold on. Hold on, you all. I think I found it. I found it. I mean, just from the little bit that I heard, if this is the one, she definitely set him up. He just didn't know he was being set up.
Just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a to me now, so
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't.
You know what?
No, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
Now she was setting him up right there. I don't want to be choked. It's obvious they played kinky games. Okay. And it seemed like to me somebody was coaching her on what to say.
I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Now she said, I mean, because she might be one of those dumb, whatever you call it, where they played those kinky games, and she told him. I mean, one of those dominatrix or whatever you call those people. Okay. So, I think that is sad. This is sad. I definitely believe 100% that they set Shannon up. Unfortunately, because, this was a consensual relationship. So now what they're going to do, use audio of him saying, I'm going to choke the, what out of you. Because that's probably how they talk to each other. Okay. Now, even though I believe Shannon bet for both teams, I don't believe he would take nothing. He got, I don't. It is clear. Now, the only thing that I fought Shannon for is dealing with somebody that's 20, that's 30 years younger than him. It seems like, let me see, 30 something. What's going on, Mr. Parker?
Same old same. What's up with you?
Oh, nothing much. What you think of? You wanted to weigh in on this topic. What you think about this?
Well, like me and Mac Name Ace was talking about in the chat, um, a
I'm gonna
lot of
put y'all on
times,
mute for a few minutes because I'm cooking. Hold on. Go ahead.
with, I mean, if we just being honest, a lot of times you can look at a man's face, like if a man, and I guess the women can decide if Shannon Sharpe is attractive in the face or not. Me personally, I think every nigga but me ugly. But if you look at a man's face, if he ain't attractive, and then you couple that with the fact that Sharpe is from like the backwoods of Georgia, then I mean he ain't really ever pulled no woman just off of swag or off of good looks. It's always been probably, a transactional type deal with him. You know what I mean? As far as what he could potentially do as far as when he was in college or when he became a pro athlete, what he could do for a woman. And it just seems to me like he probably uses his money to control women or, to get women. And when you do that, and then you want to deal with the youngins, the babies, because I'm sure this chick is younger than his daughter. Then, I mean, get what you ask for. So, I mean, personally, I don't think he sexually assaulted or abused a woman. I don't think so. And the reason I say that is because look at her lawyer. Out of all the lawyers she could have chose, she chose the king of the ambulance chasers. So, I don't know. I ain't convinced he did anything to warrant him kicking out any money to her, but apparently he tried to settle before this came out. They couldn't agree to terms. I mean, Mac name Ace, how old are you, bro? If you don't mind me asking, or you can just even say like in my 20s or in my 30s if you don't want to give your exact age. But it's just, I mean, because Mac already said in the chat he don't want to date no woman that young. Man, that girl was like 19 when he started messing with her. That's crazy. He literally old enough to be damn near her granddaddy, bro. That's crazy. And see, so Mac 30 don't want to date no woman in the 20s, and this nigga 56. That's wild. That's insane. But I mean, I don't know. When it comes to these celebrities, $5-10 million to keep somebody quiet, keep their reputation, and keep their endorsements and sponsorships and their businesses going is a drop in the bucket to them. But um, apparently that's what he initially tried to settle for. And then what happened is his re-up contract became public, and the potential that his contract might be 100 million. That's when Busby kind of came back and was like, nah, we got to get 50. Which that's why she contacted Busby. That's why she went through him instead of an actual reputable lawyer, because this man ain't do shit to her. She just want money because she felt the way because he was smashing Michelle on the IG live. That's all. That's all this really is. But it make him look real bad. And because he is 6'3", 6, maybe even 6'4", but I know Shannon at least 6'2", 6'3". But because of his size, he a big dude and he dark as hell. Man, ESPN finna fire that man. They gonna fire him. Ain't no way they gonna keep him on there. They can't. They can't. They can't do it. If he was white, he'd still, he'd be able to keep his job. But nah, they gonna fire him before any. I'd be surprised if he makes it through the week. Yeah, Ray Brown. Most rich guys do have younger women, and I tell you something else. To me, it ain't a bad look for any man that wants to date a younger woman. That's not a bad look. But come on, bro. We talking about what was this, 2 years ago or a year ago? So she was 19, 20, he was 55. That's not a younger woman, bro. That's your daughter's younger friend. That's potentially your granddaughter, bro. Like, that's crazy. That age discrepancy is crazy. And then the mere fact to me is the text messages that were released and the voice, the phone call that was recorded and released. The stuff that she was saying in them text threads, that let me know, bro. He just was oblivious to what was going on. It was so many red flags in that. From her talking about, I want that baby gravy. I need you to put a big black baby in me. Like she was flagrant, and he just let that shit go and allowed it to happen. That's crazy to me. He should have blocked her immediately. But like I said, when you don't really know anything but transactional relationships because you ain't got no swag or you ain't handsome enough to just pull women on a regular basis, then that's the type of stuff that's gonna happen to you. I don't really feel sorry for him. It's, to me, that's what he signed up for. I don't really feel sorry for him, even if he loses his job. I don't feel sorry for him. What I do feel sorry for is men who don't, men who do get accused of that. I'm talking about, I just use the word regular civilians. I do feel sorry for regular civilians who have accusations placed on them and they're innocent and they still have to suffer consequences because that shit happens to us regular civilians all the time. And I mean, sometimes women are telling the truth, but that believe all women shit is for the birds. We know that now. But men just gotta be, men just gotta practice better discernment. They gotta be smarter, and they gotta understand. They gotta understand when to let certain shit go. No matter how fine a woman might be, no matter how amazing that box is, or how great that neck is, bruh. When she on some weird shit like, I need you to put a big black baby in me, bro, you supposed to be running. You ain't supposed to be standing there still talking about that shit. And then you on a voice note talking about, if you say something else, I'm gonna choke the shit out of you. I don't care if you was playing or not. I don't care if that's how y'all talk or not. I don't care if you was role playing or not. That shit don't sound good. Right, little T. Nephew, too old to be trying to hang with these YNs. Hot, bro. 56 years old, dating any woman in their 20s is crazy work. That's crazy. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Now she either white or Spanish, and we all know that no women age quite like black women. Like, there are black women that look that are in their 50s and their 40s that look like they're in their 30s. So if it's just strictly off of looks that you want to date somebody younger, you might want to. Shannon should probably be looking more so at black women than white or Hispanic, because they tend to not age as gracefully as the sisters. But that said, like I said, a man can date a younger woman. I ain't got no problem with that. But once you start talking about 20 and 25, and in this case, 30-year difference, 30 plus. That's crazy. Imagine being 30 years old and your girlfriend was just born. That's some sick shit to me. I'm sorry. That's too young. Right, HD. She a OnlyFans model, but see, that's See, again, I'm gonna go back to this again, yo. When you ain't used to being able to pull no quality looking woman just off of your swag, just off of your looks, just off of your merit, who you are as a man, when it's always because you know your pockets is like that, you got the bag or whatever. If that's the only way you can pull a woman, then I mean you got to suffer those consequences when shit like this happens. And a lot of times these celebrities, these celebrity niggas that got money, these celebrity niggas that got money, when they go after a chick, they want to go after a chick that everybody want, that nobody else can get but them. And they don't care if they got to drop a bag on it just to get it. They just want to be able to say, "Oh yeah, I beat that, I hit that." All right. I mean, to each his own, but that shit crazy to me. I ain't never even been on OnlyFans and have no inclination to get on there and look at, like, I ain't paying nobody to look at no pussy. Porn is free. And I don't have no problem getting women. But with that said, these niggas be, man, they be the OnlyFans chicks, the Instagram models, listen, man, they DMs be flooded by the same 15 niggas. Drake, Joe Budden, Shannon Sharpe apparently. But it be the same 15, 20 celebrity niggas chasing these chicks down. Trey Songz, athletes like Zion Williamson. Right, Mac. Get free, like, boy, don't get me started. It's a public platform. And it could be some impressionable ears listening, but just paying for, I mean, you're gonna pay for a woman anyway, regardless of how you spend it. You know what I mean? But to just make it transactional like that, where you ain't getting nothing out of it but the box, that's crazy to me. I never understand it. TT, I need a cut of the YouTube AdSense money if you're gonna have me running the whole freaking show now. You done fell asleep or something? What the hell going on? He might be lonely, but I'm just telling you from my experience as somebody in their early 50s. Shannon Sharpe's background, a country boy from the backwoods of Georgia, who most women will tell you from the neck up he ain't really him like that. Then I mean, I I can pretty much guarantee you that the companionship that he's had over the last 35, 40 years has been transactional in one form or fashion. Either he was a college athlete at I want to say maybe he went to Prairie View or something like that, wherever he went to school. It was because he was an outstanding college football player. Then he played for Denver, Baltimore, and then Denver again. He's a Hall of Fame tight end. So any box he got while he played pro football was probably because he played pro football. And now he uh one of the top two or three black podcasters or black celebrities in the media space in the world. So again, does this chick find Shannon attractive? Does she think he has swag through the roof? Like, did he just woo her with his charisma, or was it because he got a big ass bank account? So I mean, he can be lonely, but he picks and chooses who he deals with. Savannah State, you right, my bad, little T. But yeah, he picks and chooses who he deals with, and he chose it. He chose a 19-year-old non-black woman that's an OnlyFans mom. I mean, you fucked around and now you finding out. That's all I can say. Exactly. I think what I heard was maybe they was talking 5 million at one point. But like I said, he now that's one thing I will say about him. As far as his team, whether it be attorneys, accountants, whatever, he got a smart team around him because I'm pretty sure they told him, hey, offer her 5 mil before, your new contract with the volume or whoever he's about to sign with. I'm not sure if he's re-signing with the volume or what, but if it's upwards of 100 million, what he looking to re-sign for, the whole Shay Media conglomerate. And yeah, that's why it jumped from that little 5-10 million that she probably was gonna take to 50 million. Because Tony Busby is good at what he does, which he does is he shakes down niggas.
He said making Memphis don't mean making easy money, paying hoes and style laugh out loud. We different. Shannon was tricking. A lot of those NBA, a lot of those athletes, that's what they do. It's been happening forever, unfortunately.
But
That's
see,
what they do.
here's the difference between NFL and NBA current and former players and Major League Baseball players and soccer players. There's no salary caps in soccer and there's no salary cap in baseball. But it's just that the popular sports in America are NFL and NBA. So that's what these gold digger chicks know about. Because if they were smart, they'd be going after what's that boy that pitched and hit for the Dodgers? I forgot his name. Somebody put it in the chat. That Asian boy. Like, his contract is probably something 200 million, 250, 300 million. These soccer players, they be having contracts for 200 and 300 million. Like, if you're gonna
I
be a
agree with
gold digger, that's the
Dialogue.
one you should be going after.
I agree with L Dialogue. He said Shannon should have learned how to trick with an NDA. And what's so sad about it is everybody that's listening to that video can tell that Shannon is being set up, except for her. So he knows that
Except for him.
he's been tricking off on this girl. This is not somebody that he really wants to be with. He can't tell when he's being set up, which means he has some type of trust for somebody that is on OnlyFans selling ass. He let his guards down to her. It's obvious that she was being coached.
Obvious. Like, everybody could tell it, but see, that's the difference. Everybody that heard those conversations are regular people who know how shit goes. See, he ain't a regular person. And like I stated before, he's been spending money for box since he was in college, basically. I mean, he wasn't spending money per se because he didn't have any when he was in college. They didn't have NILs back then. But what I'm saying is the money that he was potentially worth was why he might have got some box in college. The box that he got when he played pro football for a decade or longer was because he had a bag from playing pro football. That man won't get no pussy off of his looks, off of his swag. So he don't know no better.
Well, Shannon has had money long enough to know better. He's old and he's been playing ball since he was a teenager. He
Okay,
should
but
be used to it.
that's what you
He's
saying.
talking about, when we say that because he was a star athlete, he dated the young girls back then when he was younger. These young girls now are different. He's kind of stuck, and I guess maybe he's stuck in thinking that the young women that he dated when he was younger are the same. He gotta know that it's different. He couldn't be oblivious.
He ain't gotta know shit. What I'm trying to tell you is that if you've been doing something for all of your adult life, then that's what you know. And what I'm telling you is that man ain't had no problem spending money on no woman to get what he wanted out of that transaction. He ain't never had no problems like this before. So when it's always worked for you, when the transactional relationship has always worked for you, then how would you expect him to know that this is something that could happen to him? Yes, he's seen it happen to other athletes, 3, 4, 5 dozen times, I'm sure. But in his mind, he's Shannon Sharpe. He's Shay Shay. It ain't gonna happen to him. It is what it is.
Well, that means that he's naive and out of touch.
And I agree with that. He's definitely naive if he thinks shit can't happen to him.
They said he tried to get her to sign an NDA, but she refused. That's when he should have known. Something should have clicked in his brain and said something ain't right. Because this right here is just, she know that this is just a transaction anyways. That should have been the first thing she signed before she even got the money the first time.
Exactly. Yep.
But then Shannon needs to deal with himself. Why in the hell a 60-year-old man want to mess with a 19, 20-year-old girl? That needs to be dealt with too.
Yeah, I agree. And as I stated before, I don't think it's anything wrong with an older man dating a younger woman. But when you start talking about that difference of an age, that big of an age gap, yeah, that's a little bit sick, especially when you have grown daughters in college and beyond. Like, I can't imagine dating somebody younger than any of my children. My oldest is 26 and my youngest is 21. I couldn't imagine dating anybody younger than my kids. But he sure enough did it.
Ken says he needs to go down to Lamar an American way. But he got her off of OnlyFans. Why wasn't that NDA ready?
Off the break.
So that means she ain't the first person. He ain't the first person she's been selling ass to.
That's crazy.
They said he used to paying and not wanting to be, but he didn't cover himself, so he gonna have to take that one. He just
TB, he did say that. He has never really been one to be interested in marriage. You're right about that, TB. He has definitely made that clear before, but this ain't, I mean, like I say, this ain't even really about being married or being in a relationship. This just being about being smart, bro. It ain't smart to date somebody that damn young. It ain't smart to say some of the things he said in them conversations. And it definitely, like TT said, it ain't smart to not have an NDA ready before you stick your dick in it. In this particular instance, especially 19, that's crazy.
Yeah, he wrong for that. And he that right there is why I have an issue with him. I definitely think she set him up, but I'm trying to understand why he want to mess with a 19-year-old girl. Because to me, there's no difference. Anybody that's got children know, as far as the mentality, there's no difference in a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old.
Right.
Caramel Kimmy says 27 women sued Shay Shay. So they sued 27 women sued him. Was it for something sexual?
Yeah, I ain't heard that before. That's news for me. I know it was damn near 30 women that went after Deshaun Watson, but I don't know nothing about Shay Shay and him having any issues.
They said she was smart. He offered it, but she refused. And that's when he was the one that, listen, she wanted his money. He could have went and got a woman a little bit older to do all the freaky things that he liked, because he got the money to pay. Why did he just want this 19-year-old girl? When she refused to sign, he should have refused to even have any more interactions with her.
Well, every mature woman don't do freaky stuff. We know that to be fact, but we ain't gonna go there right now. This ain't the time or the place. But yeah, I just feel like she probably would have taken that settlement offer, but that lawyer that she decided to roll with, you know, he does his research, and when he was able to find out that Club Shay Shay, that Shay Shay Media was about to probably re-sign for about $100 million, that's when they rejected that settlement. Cause why would you take 5 million when this nigga finna be worth 100 million? But he put himself in that position. So like me and Lil T said, we don't feel sorry for him whatsoever.
Well, Neil, I wouldn't say if a bitch legal. You know, I just don't call. I just don't refer to all women as being bitches. When you say if a bitch legal, that's saying every woman on here to include me as a bitch. I just don't refer to women like that, Neo. When you say if a bitch legal, no, she's still a girl. The realty says Fax Mac, and they said he recorded it and sent it to his homeboy. A Switchbee says Tub Bugsby is a frivolous snake, and he called him a ninja.
Yeah, Tony Busby is a snake in the grass, but what all of these celebrities, especially the black male celebrities, need to recognize is that he does his research. He does his research, and he's willing to uh destroy a man's reputation in the court of public opinion just for the money grab. I mean, it was wild what he was saying about Hov, but it wasn't so wild that people didn't talk about it. And that's really what he was looking for when it came to that. You know, he'll probably get all them clients that he represent on Diddy. He'll probably get some big money out of that. I don't know if he's gonna get any money out of Shay Shay, because I don't know, I don't know how much of the actual assaults and but proving stuff in civil court is different than proving things in criminal court. So it's a lot easier to prove in civil court that something nefarious might have happened. He might have to cough up 20, 30 mil. I don't know. It's hard to say, but
see, what are they going to do? Use that audio where he's saying, "I'm gonna choke the shit out of you," because that's how they talk to each other. Are they going to try to use that? Is that all that they have? Because
nah,
it's
it's a
obvious that
video. It's a sex tape. It's a sex tape. It's a sex tape that they have. They just not releasing it yet. They not releasing it yet, and I think they not releasing it yet because they hoping Shannon decides, all right, man, look, I can go 25 mil or some shit like that. Cause they seem pretty confident that this sex tape is gonna win their case for them. But they got a sex tape that Shannon Sharpe does not have access to, which again shows how stupid he is. But it's a sex tape that he does not have access to, and that they do. So I don't know. Yeah, he said it was role play, but I mean, all she got to do is get in a civil court and say, "Nah, it wasn't no role play." That's his word against hers. Like he can't prove it was role play, just like she really can't prove it wasn't role play. So that part ain't gonna. I think everything's gonna hinge on that videotape. But I think ESPN is gonna fire him because I think of how he was talking to her and her age. I think that's why they're gonna fire him. Well, Ray Brown, that's the difference between civil and criminal because of course, everybody's saying that off the dribble. Like, why she ain't press no charges? Why she ain't do this? Like, who knows why she didn't press no charges? If such and such happened. But again, it's easier to prove guilt in a civil case than it is in a criminal case. And if she's able to prove it in a civil case, that just means she's gonna get money. We shall see. Only time will tell. I don't think he's safe because everybody's talking about it. And the fact that everybody talking about it, and the fact that he's a large sized black man, and she's a little non-black woman, he gonna lose. He gonna lose some way, some way, form, or fashion. Even if he take her to civil court and take it all the way, and he wins in civil court and don't have to pay a dime, he's still losing as far as having to pay his lawyers. He's still losing in the court of public opinion. One of these sponsors gonna back off of him. He might even lose his ESPN gig. The volume ain't gonna give him 100 million now. They might not give him but 60 million. He gonna lose just because it's out there, and Tony Busby knows that. Exactly, Neo. Just being accused is enough. I mean, look at Kobe Bryant. The chick pretty much came out and said she lied, and yet when that man died, feminists like Malika Andrews still got on TV talking about a so-called rape allegation from Colorado way back when. That man passed away tragically and unexpectedly, and people still brought it up. Once you accused, that shit is hard to come out from under. Tamara, I don't know what you cooking. I don't know if you cooking hog maws or what, but you need to come on back to your show, or you need to put me a check because I'm ready to get off. What is you
That's true,
cooking?
Leo. That's true. He said just being accused of R alone is a kill. Yes, because
Yep.
like I said, it's guilty until proven innocent. You see these
Yep.
networks start as soon as they get accused and it gets some type of traction. These networks don't wait to see if they're gonna be found not guilty. They immediately start releasing them out of their contracts.
Yep. That's why I ain't sure he'll make it through the week. And I also don't feel like I feel like Stephen A, when he went on his podcast and talked about it, I feel like he stood up more for Skip Bayless than he did for Shannon. It was like a different type of it wasn't quite the same type of energy that he had for Skip that he had for Shannon. I think that's gonna hurt him too when it comes to ESPN deciding whether or not to keep him. Right, Marion. He gonna take a hit either way it go.
That's why they try, and when they start trying to settle real quickly, it is before the networks and stuff start releasing them.
Well, yeah, like I said though, I think the reason he tried to settle quickly was because at the time, $5 or $10 million was reasonable in comparison to the fact that he's about to sign $100 million deal for Shay Shay Media, and he didn't want them to bite into that. And what happened was they found out, and so they decided, nah, we're not taking that 5-10. We want 50. I think that's what happened. I don't think it had nothing to do with ESPN. And I mean, I think he definitely want to keep her mouth closed regardless. But Shannon ain't gonna be hurt financially if he ain't on ESPN no more, because between Nightcap and Club Shay Shay, that's where most of the bulk of his money comes from. He don't want to lose them endorsements. He don't want to lose that contract that he was about to re-sign with the Volume. The Volume is a huge media conglomerate. So when they willing to pay you, you don't want to lose that. Tamara, are you back on? Because I got shit to do now. You probably should have cooked your little what you cooking, pig snout or something. You probably should have cooked that before you went on live.
Okay,
Right.
y'all.
Yeah, he only on First Take, as far as I know, maybe Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, or Monday and Friday, something like that, or Monday and Tuesday, I think. But I don't watch First Take, but he only a couple of days out of the week. Like
Mr. Parker,
his
what
money come
are
from
you doing to
Nightcap.
cook? Now I'm cooking French onion chicken and baked macaroni and cheese. They says,
Oh yeah,
you're right,
you probably
Mr. 100 million 5-year contract with ESPN is a lot of dough. Yeah, that's probably why he tried to hurry up and settle with her so that it would not affect his endorsements and his sponsorships and all of that. So
no,
people
that's
would
not his
start feeling like,
contract, Mac. That's not his contract with ESPN. His so he has the Club Shay Shay, which that's where he interviewed Cat Williams, and he has Nightcap. So he has the whole Shay Shay Media. He actually just signed up Chad Johnson's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. Her and two other chicks is doing a podcast. He just signed them up under Shay Shay Media. But all of that is about to be signed up under The Volume, which is I think it's Bill Simmons that runs that. They just signed Rory and Maul too. So that's where the $100 million contract is supposed to be with. But he don't make that type of money at ESPN. Only Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith make that kind of money over there. But Tam, you got this. I appreciate you letting me on. I'm out.
all right, thank you, Mr. Parker.
Yes, ma'am.
Shout out to Mr. Parker for coming up. But this was a good topic, Shannon Sharpe. I hate this for Shannon. It's so sad that Shannon allowed his guards to go down, thinking that this girl, maybe he thought she was young and naive, and he was just using her for sex and giving her a little bit of money. He didn't think that she would actually have a plan to go this far. I don't know why these people with money don't take themselves that seriously. People are always looking to hit some type of lick. If they think you got something, they looking to come up off of you. So Switch B says, I felt Stephen A. Smith was being shady with his statements. Yeah. Says, okay, makes sense, Mr. Parker. Shout out to Mr. Parker for coming up and helping me to hold the show down. But will he lose his job at ESPN? I've been seeing vlogs go up stating that ESPN is getting ready to let him go. I hope that's not the case, but that's what I've been seeing. ESPN is getting ready to let him go. So listen, y'all, I don't know. I don't know. I also wanted to, now we're going to get back to Shannon Sharpe because this is an interesting topic. I also wanted to talk about Kanye West talks about incest. Now, y'all know Kanye West put out a song called Cousin. Okay. Just listening to some of the lyrics of Cousin, y'all, hey, I don't know what to say other than it's some sick stuff going on. I'm going to pull it up. A lot of people think that Kanye do stuff to try and run his numbers and stuff up. I don't know. Hold on. Okay, it says I'm going to read to you all the lyrics, okay? Stop. It says, I saw you outside again, just hanging out with your friends, hanging with my cousin, reading dirty magazines. We're seeing some ninjas kissing. We ain't know what that S mean. Then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. That's when I gave my cousin head, gave my cousin head, gave my cousin head. I gave my cousin head. I saw you outside again, just hanging out with your friends. And I know these ninjas about to judge me now. And I know these ninjas about to judge me now. Started off when we was hanging out. Started off when we hang. Told my cousin not to tell nobody. Please, no, don't tell nobody. People tell me, take it to my grave. Truth will set you free someday. I don't think they understand that I'm not attracted to a man. They thought I was gay. What's that? Nitrous don't help me. It just put me in a trance. I'm talking about euphoria. I'm not talking about a man. Told her, don't leave me, cause oh my God, my eyes. I need you by my side. As long as you don't leave me, then I'll probably be all right. And that one time that you left me, I didn't take no sleep that night. And that one time that you left me, I took 10 perks to get high. 10 perks to get high. Pray that I don't die. But if I die, see you in the sky. Y'all, but we've been knowing that it was something wrong with Kanye, and Kanye needs some help. Okay. I don't think he's lying. I really think that when Kanye got with Kim Kardashian, they really put him in a sunken place, and he just hasn't been able to. I don't, a lot of people say he started to go downhill when his mother died. Mr. Parker said, and his cousin is younger, so he actually is the predator in that nasty ass scenario. Yeah, it's something wrong with Kanye. It is. It's something wrong with Kanye West. At this point, it's beyond the mental hospital. He's more than different. Kanye Kanye used to be so smart, and I liked his music. He was so intelligent. I'm trying to understand what has happened to Kanye. I think Jay-Z and them messed him over. He lost his mind when Jay-Z stopped talking to him. Switch B says, I can imagine his kids are embarrassed. I would be embarrassed by him too. I ain't gonna even lie. They should have been got Kanye some help. His wife and him go out to events and she be buck naked. He changed after his mom died, and then he really started going downhill when Jay-Z pulled away from him. I mean, he acted like he was going with Jay-Z. If he is on meds, he has gotten professional help. Well, the chemicals that they're giving him is messing his brain up even more. That's all I know. Is there any help? Is there a drug to I don't think there's a drug to unfry your brain. Once it's scrambled, that's it. And his second wife then left his second wife gone. They said her family was trying to get her out of the situation with him. Listen, they said her family was trying to get him out of it, get her out of it, because he had her all weird too. So he ain't been right since spaceships. Says, I'm embarrassed for him. He's totally checked out. Says Kanye signed that deal, but he didn't know that his mom was a part of it. And that may be what it is. That may be what it is. I mean, we see so much weird stuff go on in this business now. Hey, because he loved his mama. I bet he didn't know it. If that's what happened, it ran him crazy. Heaven Lee said, well, his second wife needed to go somewhere and put some clothes on. Lord have mercy. I don't know. I'm surprised that they haven't. I guess they make a lot of money off of Kanye. Kanye is definitely a wild card. I'm surprised that they haven't put him to sleep, especially Jay-Z. They must then give Jay-Z the green light too. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I had to take my macaroni out the oven. I quickly wanted to talk about um Yo Gotti. Okay, I want to talk about some stuff that's going on in Memphis, but I also want to talk about Yo Gotti. I think I kind of briefly touched on it some days back about Yo Gotti had bought Glorilla about 20 Chanel purses to end the tour, right? They said that her tour was very successful. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can pull it up. And listen, hey, I don't have no issues with Glorilla, okay? I actually like Glorilla. You haven't seen her in any beefs with anybody. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Um, Hold on, you all. Let me pull it up. Y'all, they're saying that Gotti and Angela has broken up. I've been thinking for a long time that Gotti had a crush on Glorilla. Okay. Okay, so that's the Maybach. The Maybach he bought her with her own money. Her tour was very successful. So I mean, he went and bought her a lot of purses with the money, with her money. She bought those purses. Okay, herself. Hold on, you guys. Let's see. Okay, she said that's a way to end a tour. I wish Glorilla understood that she was the one that bought those purses for herself. Okay. And she had a successful tour, thank God. I'm not going to say anything bad about Glorilla just because she's signed to CMG. Okay, she's a Memphian. She's the same age as my daughters. She paid for it already. I want to see her do good. Okay, she takes care of her family, and so I wish her many years of success. Okay, hopefully that contract is not so bad, but I'm sure he got her in a lockhold contract. Okay. He says Gorilla will pay out her contract, then sign with another larger label. As long as she continues to improve, she'll have a long run. She is very marketable. Yeah, she's young. She's energetic. We don't know the type of contract that he has her in. She probably don't know either. Bless her little heart. But hopefully she can. He seems to have hired the people that knows how to help him market her. Okay. She signs with somebody else. If she keeps that same recipe while improving, she'll do extremely well. Okay. But when he put that on there, that he went and bought her 20 Chanel purses. Like I said, I don't mean no harm, but I think that Glorilla, he done dump Angela for Glorilla. Okay. Now he'll probably be seen with Angela again. Okay. Because I'm sure Angela was smart enough to get a contract. Okay. He was smart enough to get an NDA. And so it's an exchange of services. But I think that I've been thinking that he's been liking Glorilla and going with Glorilla for a while now, because that's been the rumor. Okay. That Glorilla is this woman. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. That's just been the rumor. Okay. Glow do put on a good show. I seen her here in Atlanta with Megan, but the only thing she can do on is her stage present. She needs to loosen up. But the only thing she can work on is her stage presence. Sparker, if she's smart, she'll buy herself out of that chokehold. He got her in. She probably would prosper more. He did it. So, I mean, that's just a rumor. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But I think he would prefer to be with Glorilla now, because Glorilla is making him money if he can keep her close and all of that. She's younger. Okay. Hold on, you guys. I wanted to talk about something else also. You all make sure, I don't know how many likes we got. How many likes do we got? Are we hitting the like button up in here? Y'all, we only got 42 likes. Y'all, please hit the like button, please. Oh my God. Magnay Mace, I'll pass. Let's see. Y'all make sure y'all run those likes up for me, okay? Hold on one second. I wanted to show this because it's been a lot of stuff going on yesterday and today in the Memphis area.
At 5. First at 5 on your news leader, Memphis police need your help tracking down the person responsible for shooting a woman during an attempted carjacking. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. That shooting was one of several that happened last night in Fraser. WREG's Shay Arthur is live tonight with what police say happened. Shay, what are you learning?
Well, Stephanie, Greg, get this. Police say that woman, though, she was not giving up easy. She actually shot back at her attacker, possibly injuring him. Tonight, Memphis police are looking for this person, accused of shooting a woman as he tried to take her Mercedes at a Fraser shopping center off Fraser Boulevard. Watch closely. Surveillance video we obtained shows the moments the suspect in the white shirt wearing a backpack walks toward a white Mercedes right there at the top of your screen. You can see him put his arm out. Police say he was pointing a gun at the woman. At one point, you see him step back. Then the woman starts running behind her car to take cover as she too has a gun. And the pair is having a shootout outside of a Chinese food restaurant around 7 on a Tuesday night. The attacker took off running, but the woman, who it turns out is a security guard at the nearby Ridgecrest Apartments, was hit. She was taken to the hospital.
I heard the shots, come back over. As I was walking back over, I didn't know what they was running for.
This man, who asked us to conceal his identity, watched the scary situation unfold. He believes the woman had to defend herself.
I would too, somebody trying to rob me in my car. Wouldn't you? Somebody trying to take your life, you ain't even got your food yet.
Was she in her security uniform?
No, she was plain clothes. That's probably what made them think they could try.
A police report says the suspect is known to frequent the Ridgecrest Apartments and has had interactions with the victim before. He's often seen riding a bike, like you see in this picture released by Memphis police. This man believes the suspect is likely a teenager.
Bold, ignorant, dumb, and just no guidance. The parents. Go back to parenting. So that's why when they out here 10, 12, 15 years old, shooting and committing crimes, they got no guidance.
He's calling for everyone to come together to curb crime.
Black men, white men, Korean men, we need y'all help. We need to guide these kids because they out here killing each other, killing us, and I want to live.
Stephanie Gregg, if you know who that person
is. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, somebody in Ridgecrest going to get that $2,000. They got his picture up there. He ain't had no business trying to do that. You see that lady took cover. People are fighting back now, okay? She shot back at his ass. It was a damn shootout at the Chinese place, food restaurant, okay? She took cover and shot back at his ass on a bike. And you see he just walks up to her and decides he's going to rob her in broad daylight now. He hangs out in the Ridgecrest Apartments where she does security at, okay? Says today a man pulled out a Draco at Frida's Mexican restaurant on Madison. Oh my God, did he rob the people inside of the restaurant? Oh my God, I can never go in Frida's again. Oh, here it is right here, y'all. Y'all, these folks is, oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know what kind of drug they have dropped off in Memphis. Here it is right here. But these damn fools is gone crazy. He says, spray all of y'all. Man threatens to shoot staff and customers at Midtown restaurant. Here he is right here, y'all. A man allegedly threatened to shoot a Midtown restaurant staff and customers with an AK-style rifle on Saturday, Memphis police says. On April 19th, okay, so this was April 19th, at 6:30 p.m., officers responded to an aggravated assault at Frida's Mexican restaurant on Madison. Okay, that's the restaurant right there. Hold on, y'all. Here it is.
Days after he was shot and killed while attending a candlelight vigil.
Okay, that's another. It says police were told that after a verbal altercation, a man with a AK-style rifle threatened to spray all of y'all, indicating he would shoot employees and customers. There he goes. It says MPD says video footage showed that two women were with the man and he was waving his gun around the restaurant. The woman armed with a handgun tried to get him to go back in the vehicle. She had a gun too. Reports say the suspects fled the scene in a newer model of a black Chevrolet Traverse, which may have had a CarMax tag on the front bumper. The male suspect wore a black hat, a black t-shirt, black shorts, and black and white shoes. Okay. I'm sure somebody already done reported him, y'all. Like I said, you know, these damn fools are emotionally unstable and has lost their mind. What would make you go to a restaurant and get mad and pull out an AK-47 like that? It was another case. something else happened, you all. Okay, 2 killed. Okay, in Frazier. Hold on.
Free at 6. It's never been easier to watch your news leader from morning
to night.
Watch your favorites live or on demand.
Stay up to date with today's weather forecast.
Follow your local breaking news and top stories.
Uncover the truth with WREG investigations and.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. 2 people are dead and 1 person remains in critical condition. WREG's Raven Copeland explains how this incident is a part of a troubling trend and the ongoing efforts to save lives.
A deadly case of domestic violence unfolded in a Frazier neighborhood on Tuesday night. Memphis police say 3 people were shot in the 1700 block of Cleo Ford Avenue. Sadly, 2 victims died and another person has critical injuries. At a Memphis City Council meeting in March, Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis mentioned an uptick in domestic violence cases.
Of course, we see more domestic violence cases than we care to see. And we're really thinking hard about how do we work with our partners on reducing domestic violence cases in the city.
So far this year, there have been 597 reports of aggravated assaults involving domestic violence. During this same time in 2024, there were 646 reports of those incidents. The Family Safety Center served as a resource for domestic violence victims. However, its abrupt closure has created a gap within the Memphis community.
This can be a very confusing time for victims, not knowing where to go, not knowing, who to call, not knowing what agency to reach out to. So I must say that it is a full team effort that's going forth.
Gwen Turner, the shelter coordinator for the YWCA of Greater Memphis, says the organization is working with others to fulfill the needs of domestic violence victims. For instance, orders of protection are now being handled by the Shelby County Crime Victims and Rape Crisis Center. Turner tells WREG that legal assistance and a safety plan are usually the resources domestic violence victims need the most.
Everybody needs a safety plan because sometimes you have to remain safe in the situation that you're in until you can get to a point where you can get out of that situation and possibly come to a safe place like this.
Turner says it's also important for people to be aware of the signs of domestic violence. As Memphis police piece together Tuesday's deadly shooting, they're working closely with the YWCA and other organizations to protect victims and hold offenders accountable. Reporting for your news leader.
Yeah, I don't know what in the hell is going on where these men are just killing these women. And it's domestic violence situations. 2 killed, one critically injured in domestic violence shooting. That's a darn shame that people have become so emotionally unstable. Now it seems like with a lot of these women, it's only one way out. Okay, because these damn fools feel like, well, I'm just gonna kill her, and I deal with the consequences of what comes with it. Or maybe I can get away with it. Okay. Which is sad. Y'all hold on. Give me 1 minute. Okay, you guys, I'm back. So, y'all, what I want to do is I'm going to do a gold and platinum members live tonight. So, I'm gonna do a gold and platinum members live. So, I'm gonna come back on at 8:30 in the members. So, we're gonna go into the members and talk. Okay. Listen, I appreciate you all tuning in. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see y'all at 8:30.